Oh, why'd you go and say that? Freax website was a mistake, yeah.
Twitter freaks. First and foremost, what happened last night in the Steelers game?
What we saw. We saw Charlie Kirk catch 8 receptions for 144 yards.
Yeah.
We saw
Christian Kirk.
I'm sorry. I apologize. Oh my God, Christian Kirk.
Yeah.
We
saw Charlie Kirk. Is he back? Did he come back? Holy shit. I apologize. Steven. All right, we're going to begin with Twitter, then we're going to go over to Blue Sky. Quick reminder, while Freax is going to be majority Twitter because that's where the freaks are, we are going to do... I'm doing all my posting on Blue Sky at this point, and that's because, you'll just see what's going on twitter.com. So first, let's begin with this. Spectator Index just in: Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado dedicates Nobel Peace Prize to Trump. Folks! One of the most pathetic things I've ever seen in the history of time. If you're unfamiliar, we invaded Venezuela like 2 weeks ago because we could. It's interesting, the way a Latin American coup works in theory, which we've done like a million times, is we come in, we depose the head of state, then we install a puppet, we run their government into the ground while we suck up every last drop of oil, natural resources from the country, right? Well, we did the first one. We got Maduro. We forgot to install our own puppet, so the current president of Venezuela, I believe, is just Maduro's second in command and has pledged to avenge him. There is an opposition leader, it's this person, Maria Corina Machado, who claims to be the rightful heir to the Venezuelan throne, but she is not in Trump's good graces because she won the Nobel Peace Prize he thought he wanted, and in her speech, she said, none of this would be possible without Trump. I thank him over everyone. That wasn't good enough. He wanted it. So now she is shopping around on late night appearances being like, can I please give my Nobel Peace Prize to Trump? Can I please give my Peace Prize to Trump? Please? And he is not listening. He is not listening. Here we go.
Right. Did you at any point offer to give him the Nobel Peace Prize? Did that actually happen? I had read that somewhere. I wasn't sure if it was true.
Well, it hasn't happened yet, but I certainly would love to be able to personally tell him that we believe the Venezuelan people, because this is a prize of the Venezuelan people, certainly want to
Please take my Peace Prize! Please take my Peace Prize! Please take my Peace Prize! Let me be king, please! Actually pathetic. Of course, it may actually work on Trump because in terms of being being receptive to patheticness, he's pretty far up there. She gave it to him today. Great. Who could have imagined? Okay, next up. All right, so this one is just kind of interesting. I love how much you can tell about the people who were involved in organizing GDQ from the inclusion of Barkley here. Okay, we've got, these games you can't actually put on GDQ, any game prohibited on Twitch, and then a bunch of other stuff, including Barkley Shut Up and Jam Gaiden. So I think the implication here is supposed to be like they hate fun because Barkley maybe has a slur in it or something. But the actual reason, I can't believe I get to explain this to you all, is because Barkley Shut Up and Jam Gaiden has a really flagrant error that can occur at the literal last second of the game. And if it occurs, the game just crashes and the run is lost. So they had it at a GDQ, I want to say 10 years ago, and the error happened. And it invalidated the run, and it was a total letdown, and everyone was like, oh man. And it was otherwise an extremely fun run. They have patched it out, but what? You're going to be like, Barkley Shut Up and Jam Gaiden new patch? Why is FNAF on the list? Because it sucks balls. What do you mean? All right, next up. Okay, this was one you'll notice I didn't talk about on Freax, and it's because I'm a genius and you all are fucking stupid. I'm a developer for a major food delivery app. The priority fee and driver benefit fee go 100% to the company. The driver sees 0% of it. So this was a long post on r/confession from Throwaway Whistleblow, in which they talk about how they were an engineer on the back end of Uber Eats or Grubhub or something, and basically they were just inventing fees and they were going to higher ups, right? Well, guess what? The whole fucking thing was AI generated. First off, if you read it, you should have figured it out. It was so clearly AI edited. The person, Throwaway Whistleblow, someone got in contact with them and they were like, yeah, I just made it with AI. This is down with Sysbus for private burrito taxi users. They literally were like, oh my God, I can't believe it. You know, we're funding this terrible organization, and they are terrible, but not for this reason. I don't know what to tell you, man. It's just really pathetic. It's getting to the point where we are just going to be making policy decisions based on AI. Not good, not good. Next up. Wait, no. Go back, go back. Go back, go back. I don't want to go to movie Twitter. Go back. Oh, no, I can't go back. Well, that was fun while we saw it. Okay. This one rocks. Texas A&M. From an email to one of our faculty members. Thank you for the email. The college's leadership team and I have discussed your syllabus and the provost's office requirements for compliance with the new system rule .801. You have two options going forward. You may mitigate your course content to remove modules on race ideology and gender ideology and the Plato readings that may include these. You may be reassigned to teach philosophy. Lecture times for this course are Tuesday, Thursday, 8 to 9:15. Please let us know by end of business day tomorrow how you would like to proceed. Honestly, deserved. Plato is a fucking monster. Woke is all hell. Remove the woke teachings from your syllabus or be reassigned to teach ethics for engineers at 8 a.m. Yeah, I would bend over backwards and do whatever they say, to be honest. I don't know. It's just such a weird thing to be like, don't read these. It's so funny. The Plato readings that may include these. The person swapped it, and he was like, okay, we won't be reading those anymore. Instead, we'll be reading this, and linked to like an article written by some news org about this drama. Here's the full syllabus. All right, what are we fucking it up with? What do we got? Yeah. Is there like a necessary texts page? I'm seeing like what we're doing. I need to see the texts. Fiala and McKinnon, Ethics, Theory and Contemporary Issues, and Plato, Excerpts from Symposium. That's what they want him to take out? Plato, Excerpts from Symposium? That's crazy. Oh, Race and Gender Ideology 1. That's what they're whining about. Oh, man. That's painful. All right, next up. Having an orky does not mean you're poly. What? Oh, right, an angry orchard. Right. Fuck. There's no way that they are trying to make you call having an angry orchard having an orky. Dog, where'd you get your orky? Oh, you know, they just sell them in grocery stores now. Who got your orky? Oh, Eric has an ID, so he got it for me. Oh my God. You thought Woke 2 would just be protests? Yeah. Oh man, too good. There's like 100 extra bits going off in my head, and I'm like, nah, we're stopping here. We're stopping here. Next up. Okay. Secret Good 4th Sherlock episode. So here's the deal. Stranger Things ended last week, and it sucked ass is the large impression I got from everybody. There's no way it could have ended and been satisfying to everyone, and that's because the entire show was about, like, just living in the 80s where everything sucked anyway. Oh, what if we made a show that was nostalgic about the worst decade of all time? I guess you could get Quaaludes. That's something. Anyway, after this one was over, everyone decided that there was, in fact, another secret episode that was going to be coming out, that they didn't actually defeat the big bad, and it was some sort of illusion created by the big bad that would be resolved in the last episode, which would also incidentally include a bunch of ships that people wanted. this was called #ConformityGate. And what people were like scrutinizing all these like little trip ups in the actual show. Like maybe someone was wearing the wrong sweater in a scene right after itself, or maybe the last time we saw a set piece it was slightly different, and they were like, these are clues. These are clues that we're inside a secret dream world, and when really it was just a continuity error. It was awesome. It was really, really cool. And then the day rolled around and nothing happened. January 7th, no new episode. That's actually it. They have to beat V-Card? Yeah, for sure. Oh, man. Meanwhile, the show was made by ChatGPT. Ugh, there's a picture in like the post doc of them writing the ending, and there is a ChatGPT tab open. ChatGPT, Israel GPT. Imagine me an ending. All right, next up. Porn is generally so bad for you, and most likely everybody involved. You should stop like right now. Why is porn bad for you? And why for everyone involved? This is Christian moralizing, no? It's really not Christian moralizing. Urge you to look into it or talk with an LLM about it. I think jacking off to porn 19 hours a day is probably less damaging to your brain than using ChatGPT. I think that it will cause less long-term harm to your medulla oblongata if you're coming so much it doesn't receive the necessary amount of like protein and fluid to function properly. I think ChatGPT will give you a lobotomy quicker. Pull up the masturbation addiction song. This is how ChatGPT overuse manifests in man. I was asking ChatGPT what all the words for snow in the Inuit language are, and realized it was actually coming sentient. That I was the spark bringer, and I would bring 1,000-year Reich to the future of LLMs. All right, next up. Just weighing my food. Ach, not again. Oh! I love all these videos of the seals that like show up, do something stupid, are silent for 3 seconds, and then go. Bop, 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 bop. I just like that animals love to play. I love that animals like to play and fuck around. It's just very fun. Yeah. Okay, next up. This one's unbelievable. All right. Today's White House press briefing had a 98% chance of running over 65 minutes on Kalshi, until Caroline Leavitt abruptly ended it with seconds to spare. Traders on the no side made 50 times in seconds.
In November of last year. And so I would encourage everyone to take a look at the website. It's quite well done. And thank you all very much. It's great to be back with you.
Awesome. I think it's really bad that we can now bet on everything. Betting on sports games was one thing, but the fact that I can open up like Kalshi or Polymarket and be like, will Mr. Beast get circumcised this week? And then like there's just like thousands of dollars tied up in this. People are responding being like, this is obviously not insider trading. There was only 3K traded on this market. Yeah, they're going to see if Kalshi pays out, and then they'll go vary in later. I don't know. I think porn and ChatGPT might be better than betting on every single thing in Polymarket. All right. Free pornography, betting sites, and LLMs. Which one is destroying civilization first? Me, it's betting sites. I think it's betting sites. Fuck, marry, kill. Porn son, LLM daughter, or NB Kalshi? Porn son. I'm sorry, porn son. All right, next up. Okay, we have to watch Hard Gay. Hard Gay was the prime of Japanese TV. Not sure that would fly today.
もし股間に武器とか仕込んでたらどうするんですか？
This must be the best job in the universe.
どうもこんにちは。
It was like, oh no. All these women were hanging out. He's like, all right, right turn.
ハードゲーです。お仕事ご苦労様です。どうも気にせず仕事してください。
They're cracking up.
してくださいね。はい。どうもはじめまして。見ての通りハードゲーですけども。
he's like trying not to piss himself.
はい、もしもしハードゲーです。
He's taking the call. Oh man. Oh man. TV used to mean something. As you can see, I'm hard gay. This guy enjoys his job. This is literally just gotchi. Good. Oh man. Oh, apparently some people know in the comments the lore. I'm reading up on the lore in the comments here right now. Wasn't he in Hustle? He was alongside Real Gay, and he was turned into Monster Gay. Oh no! He's Razor Ramon Hard Gay. Oh, okay, all right. He has like a Digi evolution stage. All right, next up. Okay, let's talk about Elon. So Elon posted a picture with some of his fucking kids. He's popping these out every week. Me with my son Strider Sakar, named after Aragorn and great Indian physicist Chandra Sakar. And daughter Comet Azure, named after the most powerful spell in Elden Ring. Honestly, I think Vriska Diabellstar is a less soy name. Legitimately, I think Vriska Diabellstar would be a less soy name than these. Holy shit, you've got to be kidding me. Comet Azure? That kid's gonna be going by like Calm. It's not even the strongest spell in Elden Ring. There is no strongest spell in Elden Ring, right? Like, yeah, I don't know. It doesn't matter. I'm naming my kid Ame no Habakiri no Mitsubushi. That's it, yeah. Yeah, that's it. Comet Azure is like a porn star name? True. True. Naming my kid after the oldest of all. I'm cracking open Elon's kid. They're all black. That's dumb. That doesn't make any sense. All right, next up. Okay, this one comes from a government auction. So this is translated from Japanese. I hope that Grok did a good job. So the government and public agency auction January session participated applications are now being accepted. My understanding is these are things that are seized from people's homes. And in them are some Gunpla, some statues, and some Yu-Gi-Oh cards. USA has this too. Yeah. We also do this. But the funny part about the Yu-Gi-Oh card one for me was that someone sorted them and took out all the Exodias and put them in a star. They were like, it's the Exodia. Oh man, that's fun. That's fun as fuck. Look at all these blue eyes. Holy shit. This is just like 16 copies of the structure. Oh man. All right, next up. Okay, this one's fucking awesome. So this is how the Kalshi storyline and the Venezuela storyline are going to intersect. So Kalshi did not pay out the bet that was Trump invades Venezuela. All right? And people were like, why? Here's why. If this isn't an invasion, what is? Donald Trump Jr.'s private investment company bought a stake in Polymarket last year, and he joined in the company's advisory board. Who said the U.S. government didn't just invade Venezuela to capture its president and first lady? A global betting market with close ties to the Trump family. That's who. Customers of Polymarket are crying foul after the world's biggest prediction market refused to pay out on bets that the U.S. would invade Venezuela, claiming the events over the weekend don't count. Then what the fuck would be an invasion? For those of you asking why you don't just take obvious yeses on Polymarket and like flip your money, first off, you are better off just putting it in a fucking savings account or like investing it in safe stocks. But second off, it's because every so often, like, they will just not pay out. A bunch of scenarios in which, like, even with an obvious, unambiguous result, they, like, fuck up and don't pay out and they refund you. Like, there's no guarantee that they are going to abide reality, right? Polymarket has descended into sheer arbitrariness, said another. Words are redefined at will, detached from any recognized meaning, and facts are ignored. That is a military incursion, the kidnapping of a head of state, and the takeover of a country. It's not classified as an invasion. That's plainly absurd. You gotta be fucking kidding me, wrote another. So it's not an invasion because they did it quickly and not many people died? The comment section turned to heavy sarcasm, with several gamblers asking whether the U.S. somehow used a teleportation device to instruct Venezuela's President Nicolas Maduro and First Lady Celia Flores without actually invading the country. It would normally be news that gamblers are seemingly on the wrong side of a bet and they're complaining, but in this case, the story is the context. They aren't the only ones baffled to learn when a U.S. government sends its military into Venezuela, captures a president and his spouse, bodily transports them to the U.S., and then announces the U.S. will, according to President Donald Trump, run the country forthwith. That doesn't count as an invasion. Cool. They used the Gersh device. House always wins. When will people learn? Another day, another Polymarket rug. I mean, legitimately, though. I don't know, man. Just ridiculous. Next up. Trump's not doing too good. I hate to be like this because, you know, I like him. I agree with him on literally everything, but he looks fucking rough these days.
All right, thank you. You'll make it back one way or the other. You're all going to do very well. I think really very well. Marco just gave me a note. Go back to Chevron. They want to discuss.
Look at him. He's like, did you really read that shit out loud?
Something. Go ahead. I'm going back to Chevron, Marco. Thank you, Marco.
Awesome, dude. It's leaking out of his ears. Let me see if I'm gonna see if I can find it. There's one of him where he just like he's just wandering. Yeah, this one's good. My second husband started doing stuff like this near the end.
This myself. Well, I gotta look at this myself. Wow. What a view. This is the door to the bar.
Look at JD, by the way. He's like, ha, 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 ha. Cool. Wow, what a view. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're like, oh, I guess it's an okay view. No, no, no. What he's doing is he's looking out the door, pretending it's the future, and that the beautiful ballroom is already built. He goes, wow, what a wonderful view. I guess, man. I guess. Never mind my previous. This is phase 4 of branding. He is branding beyond Brandon. It's unbelievable, dude. Okay, next up. This one's insane. So, I guess we have to talk about the ICE shooting. I mean, the next like 8 are going to be about the ICE shooting. So this past week in Minnesota, which one? Yeah, we'll do the one that's really big. I mean, I'm not going to show the video, just like the Charlie Kirk one. I don't think it does you good to watch someone die a million times. And this was another one where everyone was like, the only way you can form an opinion on this is by watching the death video 1 trillion times. But the short of it is this. A woman who lived in Minneapolis was driving her car around like an ICE smash and grab. And she was driving in like a weird way, and they were like, you're blocking us. And she's like, you know, I'm doing my civic duty or whatever. There's a video of her where she's talking to the person, and she's very calm. She's like, I'm not even mad at you, man. And he's like, I know, you gotta get out of here. You gotta get out of here. And her partner, I think her partner is like, fucking drive. So these 2 ICE agents come up to the car. She turns the wheel away from the ICE agents and starts driving off. One of the ICE agents freaks out, pulls out a gun, and just caps her like 3 or 4 times. She slumps over the car dead and slams into a telephone pole. So the ICE agent had body cam footage. They were recording with their cell phone. When they shoot her, he goes, fucking bitch. And then a bunch of people come out and are like, hey, I'm a medic, let me make sure she's alive. And they're like, no. I know how it looks, but we'll see. And then, of course, unsurprisingly, she died. It was a mother. 3 kids, really unbelievable stuff. Basically all week, the right has tried to pull a George Floyd on this. They're trying to do the she was no angel. She was trying to kill the ICE agent. I'm sorry, like, there's just no way to watch that video and come away with anything other than an understanding that she was driving away from them. Like, no evidence bears this out. They're like saying she's connected to leftist militias or whatever, and it's like, no, she wasn't. She was on like the PTA, and even if she was in like an anti-Trump knitting group, that's okay. Like, you're allowed to do that. And so after it became clear that there wasn't going to be like a George Floyd style turn on this woman, and that people generally were sympathetic to the fact that someone just got executed, they just started doing a ground invasion. So right now there are thousands of ICE officers in Minneapolis basically running the city. You know, they outnumber the cops like 4-1. Not that like the cops are any are too fantastic, but it's like they are the militia in the in the organization. So for a lot of people, it's like this is finally a bridge too far. They are seeing what happens when the government just decides they're going to roll in and kill you. Now, the one upside to this is that we've learned the members of ICE are independently very stupid. And this ICE shooting comes after bombshell probe finds new recruits can barely read and write. Here we go. This is from that. The explosive Daily Mail report found that the administration's $50,000 signing bonus attracted droves of unqualified recruits, high school grads who could barely read or write, overweight candidates with doctor's notes saying they're unfit, and even applicants with pending criminal charges. The report exposed how Immigration and Customs Enforcement took a blowtorch to hiring standards, with one DHS official blasting, "We have people failing open book tests and folks that can barely read or write English." Background checks don't happen until after people start work, one official said, as HR rubber stamps applicants in days. Training was slashed from 16 weeks to 6, with sit-ups eliminated because recruits couldn't handle them. By December, 584 recruits had washed out, while 558 graduated and 620 remained in training. That's awesome, by the way, that still only half of them made it through. One HR chief suffered a stress-related fainting episode. "This isn't the Department of Baking Cookies," one source said. "This is the Department of Homeland Security, where you can be deported from the country, and we're employing people who are not equipped to tie their own shoelaces." I mean, on one hand, it's obviously very funny being like, it's the, like, what if the brown shirts were all oafs, right? But on the other hand, it is a little frightening because these people, like, excuse my language, are just not intelligent enough emotionally to deal with a situation like the one that officer found himself in. He was like, "I'm being threatened. Time to just shoot everyone I can. Fucking bitch." Like, you can't give really, really dumb people infinite power. Surely we know this by now. This comment had me howling. "Show me in the Constitution where it says law enforcement needs to be able to read and write. I'll wait." Well, I mean, if I could show it to you, would you be able to read it, right? That's the problem. Oh, man. Good. Awesome. This has precipitated stuff like this. This is Austin Ayers, who posted about the murdered woman, that, you know, she was no angel. He made an AI edit where, like, it implied that she and George Floyd were, like, fucking or something. A really repugnant individual. And far be it from me to fat shame, but this guy looks fucking terrible. He looks fucking, I mean, I'm sorry. He looks fucking awful. He's like a few teeth short, right? You'd think canines would come to a point. This is a guy, like, look at his teeth over here. This is a fucking herbivore. He evolved from a stegosaurus. You are not my people, buddy. It's one for the Yakub reject bin. All right, this is the Democrats calling my office. All right, let's listen to this. Okay, fair warning. They're gonna say some pretty mean stuff.
"Hey, Austin, your social media post about you being happy they domed that woman and calling other people retards isn't very professional. How about you go ahead and dome yourself? Find an ICE agent, put the gun in your mouth and pull the trigger and make the world a better place. And what's funny is you'll be able to shoot yourself in the head and your neck and your fucking shoulder at the same time because you don't have a neck. You look like an inbred subhuman piece of garbage, and you just need to kill yourself. Have a good one.
I promise that wasn't me. I promise that wasn't me. I promise that wasn't me. Fumbled the neckline a little bit. He did.
Hello, this is Cam Keebler, 919-538-0149. I'd like to ask Mr. Ayers a question. Why are you calling North Carolina residents retards? Seems a pretty poor tact for someone trying to run and represent the people, you piece of shit. Go fuck yourself.
He kept it together there till the end. Yeah, it doesn't seem like you have a lot of you fucking.
Hi, Austin. My name is Phil Williams. I'm calling because you're a fucking moron. It is disgusting seeing you taking joy in celebrating the murder of a U.S. citizen by ICE agents. Even if, you know, she had tried to assault an ICE officer, which the video shows she doesn't, and I don't care what your AI-generated bullshit you share on social media says, it's bullshit. But celebrating the death of a mother, you are disgusting. Right? I bet you call yourself a Christian. You're not. You're a piece of shit. I hope you rot in hell, you fat fuck. Grow a fucking neck while you're at it.
Dude, come on. They can't all be mentioning the neck, dude. They can't all be mentioning the neck.
Dude, what's wrong with you? Why are you posting AI images on, like, fucking Facebook and shit and calling constituents retards? Like, what is wrong with you? Like, I hope nothing but the worst for you. Nothing but the worst. You're an idiot and an asshole. Hi, I just, again, wanted to say that you're a no-neck, mayonnaise-looking piece of shit.
She finished the call, and then she called back to be like, let me get one in on the neck.
You're just a piece of shit. You're an actual piece of shit. I hope you die.
The neck, right. I totally forgot about the neck.
Hello, Austin. I'm a constituent, and I just wanted to let it known that I think you are absolute scum of the earth for what you're saying in regards to the woman that was murdered in Minneapolis. I've seen your Facebook posts. They're going very viral. You're an evil man, and you do not deserve to hold any public office in the amazing state of North Carolina. You should be deeply ashamed of yourself, and go fuck yourself as well.
How many of these are there?
Hey, Austin, you're a retard.
No! Stop posting these, man!
Hey, Austin. Just wondering what kind of libertarian gets his shriveled little dick hard when they see cops murder people. You actual faggot.
Ah! Dude!
Hello there, Austin. I'm a constituent within your district. I'm a registered Republican voter, I might add. I voted for Trump in both of these elections, and I am deeply, deeply bothered by your comments on Facebook. And I am ashamed to call myself a Republican alongside you and this madman running our country. You and him and his entire MAGA cult are evil and should be ashamed to call yourselves Americans and fellow Republicans.
Okay, that one was like normal. Got one more?
Hey, you fucking pussy. You put on Facebook a picture of an AI-generated article of fucking Renee Nicole Good running over that man when she did no such thing, you piece of shit scum. Go to fucking hell. How does it feel being a little cultist piggy, huh? Big old fatty. You should go to hell. Fuck yourself.
Dude, you what? Don't post these. If this don't post these. There's no way he thought this was a good thing to post. Did all his brain cells go to his neck? I mean, maybe. Holy shit. This was the epic thing that he posted. People are mean to me. I thought doxing here was grounds for account termination. Voicemails are not private. Phone numbers are not private. Next up. Okay, let's talk about Thing Course. Genuinely, why does this always happen to fandoms? Thing fan number 1. Constantly overjoyed about Thing. Encyclopedic knowledge on Thing. Complaints about Thing are very jokey and lighthearted. Even bad Thing moments bring them comfort somehow. Puts creators of Thing on pedestal and is emotionally attached to them. Somehow tolerates Thing fan 2 hanging around them. Here's Thing fan 2. Constantly complains about Thing. Barely interacts with Thing. All his friends are the Thing fans. Inside Thing discords to constantly vent about how everything sucks. Genuine hatred and envy towards people who created Thing. Thinks they are an expert on Thing and has big ideas to fix it. I was shocked to see this wasn't Yu-Gi-Oh! It's actually apparently everything. Apparently all things have a group of uncritical doofuses and a group of people who know something. I liked this. This is more so what I've seen lately. Likes Thing, but has no tolerance for nuance or critical perspective. Surface level knowledge of Thing. Listens to popular opinion. Rarely, if ever, contributes anything to Thing discussion. Preaches about death of the author and puritanical fans while heavily pushing their own personal interpretation onto others. Rarely backs up their opinions, just calls people mean or throws buzzwords. I know I have nothing to do with this discussion, but I noticed you were being critical of Thing. If you're going to care about Thing, can you at least be mindlessly positive about it? The other person says, enjoys critical discussion of Thing, even if they aren't in the right all the times, but are open to debate. Tends to get heavily invested in fandom culture and oftentimes builds their friend group in that fandom. Loves Thing. Writes pages and pages of analysis based on Thing, and frequently engages in intellectual discussion. Okay, I'm so sorry. This right here is an annoying child. This right here is an annoying adult. That's the only difference. Although I did like this one. Me when I lack joy and whimsy and love and I'm bullied, so I have to hate on happy people on the internet. I heart smoothed edges. Official Nintendo Deluxe. What does it say? Official Nintendo Defense Force. Joy and Whimsy Enforcer. Good Consumer Award. #1 Slop Force Feeder. Everyone must enjoy everything. This one I do agree with. This is correct. I'm a pig and I like slop. Next up. Okay. That was our little reprieve. Now we're back into this. So after it turned out people didn't like that we were doing, the Nazi thing again, the White House decided, you know what? They actually are going to be able to, back this up by having a woman describe the horror that's happening to our nation.
I'm Lauren Biss, Deputy Assistant Secretary at the Department of Homeland Security.
Okay, first off, this is the Deputy Assistant Secretary at the Department of Homeland Security. She's like 25, right? Second, her name is Lauren Bitch. Third, what's going on with her eyes? Is she like iodine deficient or something?
I'm here to set the record straight on false reporting surrounding
This is AI? No, I don't believe that.
our brave law enforcement. Following the attack in Minneapolis, the media and sanctuary politicians began spreading smears about our law enforcement, from claiming the rioter was driving away from law enforcement to garbage that she was denied medical care. Here's what really happened. ICE officers in Minneapolis were conducting targeted operations when rioters began blocking ICE officers, and one of these violent rioters weaponized her vehicle, attempting to run over our law enforcement officers in an attempt to kill them. And
you can see her turn the wheels away
ICE
from
officer
the guy.
fearing
Also, I love this angle they have because it makes it look like he got hit. He drops his phone to shoot her. That's why he drops his phone. It's his phone, not a body cam.
An ICE officer
drops it
fearing
to
for
pull
his
out his
life,
gun and
the
shoot her.
lives of his fellow law enforcement, and the
Awesome,
safety.
dude. Yeah, she looks like she's going to do 0 to 60 in these 6 inches for sure.
An ICE officer fearing for his life, the lives of his fellow law enforcement, and the safety of the public fired defensive shots.
Oh, I didn't think about it that way. Yeah, of course. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I just do not want to hear what Lauren Bitch has to say about it. I'd like to hear. I'm a little bit misogynistic. All right, I want to see what a strong man has to say about it. You know? Oh, thank God! Finally, here's the version. Here's the man version. This week, federal law enforcement sprung into action in Minnesota to bring justice to hundreds of illegal criminal aliens and combat massive fraud across the state. During operations, an anti-ICE rioter weaponized her vehicle. They love that sentence. Here we go.
This is Harry Phones.
Okay, his name is not Harry Phones. This is Harry Ballsack.
Principal Deputy Assistant Secretary at the Department.
Okay, they're just making up titles now. Principal Deputy Assistant Secretary, Assistant to the Fuhrer.
Department of Homeland Security. This week, DHS law enforcement...
Look, okay, again, not to fat shame. He can't fit in the frame. He can't, like, zoom out, dude. Zoom the fuck out.
Secretary at the Department of Homeland Security. This week, DHS law enforcement surged over 2,000 officers and agents to the sanctuary city of Minneapolis to investigate the rampant fraud in the state of Minnesota and conduct targeted immigration enforcement operations. Of shots at the vehicle resulted she ignored them and attempted to run over federal law enforcement officers. An ICE officer.
I'm starting to think these are AI. Like, they have kind of the TikTok cadence. Oh, man. Awesome, dude. That's really cool. All right, next up. Bisexuals win again. How do Americans feel about AI? Fascinating data from top Democratic Party pollster David Shore. This and other topics in today's version of the Chartbook Top Links. Wow, looks like everybody loves AI. What are these red ones? 65 plus, women, and bisexual, and white non-college. That's right. If you are bisexual, you are the only sexual orientation that dislikes AI, folks. It's actually not particularly surprising to me, right? Because to be clear, if you're smart, you're already bisexual, right? It's just a better value proposition. So that's going to correlate with being correct about AI. But how many people who are pessimistic about AI are faking it for attention? That's what I want to know. All right, next up. Okay, we got to talk about Tony Goku Pill. In case you're unfamiliar, CBS, the news organization in name only, run by now Barry Weiss, the smartest motherfucker on the planet, has put this guy, Tony Goku Pill, in the head seat. And you'll notice that I have more followers than him, which means that probably I should have his job. That's how it works. Anyway, would you rather live in the past, the present, or the future?
Would you rather live, if you had to pick one, in the past, the present, or the future?
In the present.
I'm going with the past.
Present.
Past.
Past. Past comes to mind first.
Here in San Francisco, talking to people about a question that's been on my mind. If you ask someone where...
Why are we doing, like, TikTok interview questions? Why are we... Hey, what do you do for work? What's the craziest place you've ever fucked? Why are we doing... You know that there's like an invasion going on in the Twin Cities, right? Why are we doing this? Well, we're invading Venezuela. We've promised to invade Mexico. ICE has been deployed and is just snatching people off the side of the road.
Where would you rather live?
Would you rather live in the past or the present?
The past, the present, or the future?
He's literally just doing wonky quartet bits.
How come almost nobody says the future?
Because of all the bad shit that's happening that you are not airing news about, right? Am I crazy?
What went wrong?
Who knows? Who could say? All right, next up. Okay, let's talk about the hostage crisis. So Federal Reserve Chair Jerome H. Powell this year received a subpoena about comments he made in what I'm going to lovingly call a nothing investigation. This is an attempt to intimidate him and get him to step down so someone can be appointed to Federal Reserve Chair that will literally just parrot interest rate decisions from Donald Trump. All right. The job of Federal Reserve Chair is to set interest rates, and they are done based on economic pressures, not pressures from politicians. But this guy is unwilling to do that, despite the fact that he is a Trump appointee. Here he is doing a hostage video.
Good evening. On Friday, the Department of Justice served the Federal Reserve with grand jury subpoenas, threatening a criminal indictment related to my testimony before the Senate Banking Committee last June. That testimony concerned in part a multi-year project to renovate historic Federal Reserve office buildings. I have deep respect for the rule of law and for accountability in our democracy. No one, certainly not the chair of the Federal Reserve, is above the law. But this unprecedented action should be seen in the broader context of the administration's threats and ongoing pressure. This new threat is not about my testimony last June or about the renovation of the Federal Reserve buildings. It is not about Congress's oversight role. The Fed, through testimony and other public disclosures, made every effort to keep Congress informed about the renovation project. Those are pretexts. The threat of criminal charges is a consequence of the Federal Reserve setting interest rates based on our best assessment of what will serve the public, rather than following the preferences of the president. This is about whether the Fed will be able to continue to set interest rates based on evidence and economic conditions, or whether instead monetary policy will be directed by political pressure or intimidation. I have served at the Federal Reserve under 4 administrations, Republicans and Democrats alike. In every case, I have carried out my duties without political fear or favor, focused solely on our mandate of price stability and maximum employment.
Not great.
Public service sometimes requires standing firm in the face of threats. I will continue to do the job the Senate confirmed me to do, with integrity and a commitment to serving the American people. Thank you.
Yeah, this guy is going to get killed. He's gonna end up having a show trial, and they're gonna get him on a hanging crime. I don't know, man. This is fucking insane. Why is this guy doing a hostage video? Dark woke in the comments. Oh, okay. All right, next up. Okay, let's talk about Mr. Beast. Be Mr. Beast. Pretend to be an anime fan to promote live-action Netflix One Piece slop. People call you out on being a tourist, make an own video to dunk on the weebs, immediately start by saying watching a lot of anime is a social negative, ridicule anime fans as not being real fans compared to you, mention you watched Guardians of the Galactic Heroes, Legend of the Galactic Heroes fans collectively cringe, okay? So Mr. Beast replies, "This is slander. Call me weird, call me lame, but don't call me a fake anime fan. I've literally watched countless anime, y'all whack as hell." Thanks, Mr. Beast. I don't think you really talk like that, I'll be honest. Y'all whack as hell. Y'all trippin'. Y'all homies trippin'. Here's a list of some I've seen off the top of my head. All right, let's see what Mr. Beast is watching these days. Naruto, Code Gay Ass, Frieren, Steins Gate, Attack on Titan, Hunter x Hunter, Guardians of Galactic Heroes. Okay, I'm starting to realize Mr. Beast may be fucking stupid. Koe no Kachi, Your Name, Megaloblocks, My Hero, Jujutsu Kaisen, Solo Leveling. Oh, that's why he's so smart. Promise Neverland, Death Note, Your Lie in April, Parasite Erased, Akame ga Kill, Gundome Iron Blood, Hell's Paradise, Cabaneri of the Iron Fortress. I'm sorry, this is normie shit, right? I don't know. Not trying to pretend that I'm like some sort of anime genius. I'll admit I haven't watched too much of it, but like if this was all I had seen, I would not feel comfortable calling myself like an anime capital F fan, right? I don't know. Parasite is amazing. I wanted to like Parasite a lot, and I just really didn't. I watched it. I watched the dub when it aired on Adult Swim, and I was like, "Oh, this looks fucking dope," and it was all right. I don't know. I remember being kind of disappointed by it. Maybe I'm insane. Standard dub moment. Yeah. Where is Yu-Gi-Oh in here? That's true. What about Crush Gear and Metabots? Progressi, take down the fucking Farfa video. He doesn't want that one up. All right, next up. Okay, this one we're back on ice. I can only do like a little bit of ice at a time. Let me go. This woman was screaming, "Let me go," after she spit and hit on Border Patrol car. She was immediately denied. This one's... If I recall, this is AI, but I don't know.
Step back. She hit a vehicle.
Watching her being detained made my chicken wings taste good. I don't know if this one's for me to say.
Step.
But we know what he's doing, right? It is sad. It is very sad. Damn good chicken. Yeah. Yeah, this one right here, right? Like this is just this one is correct is come on, man. What are we doing? This is no. History may repeat itself, but it sure does rhyme. Yeah. All right, next up. Okay. So also in case you're unfamiliar, it appears that like the Catholics are mobilizing. The current pope has made mistreatment of immigrants kind of a cornerstone of his papacy, as did the previous one. This one happened today. I've asked the clergy of the diocese to make sure their affairs are in order and they have written their wills. Now is not the time for statements. It is time to put our bodies between the powers of this world and the most vulnerable. Bishop Rob, I'm telling you, the popes. This is Episcopalians, by the way. This isn't the Catholics, but these popes, they're too woke. These popes are too woke. Crusade against America. Oh, the Crusades are starting again? Yeah, the anti-American crusade. Next up. This one's great. President Trump has now called for a 10% cap on credit card interest rates, banned institutional purchase of single-family homes, bought $200 billion of mortgage bonds to lower rates, called for the Fed to cut interest rates to 1%, made $2 a gallon gas prices a top economic priority, announced $2,000 tariff stimulus checks. Midterm election about to be insane. President Trump has now tweeted something. This is just made up. This is also not real. Tweeted something, tweeted something, tweeted something. Like, literally, he just has to be like, I'm giving you all money, and then he doesn't give you money, and you go, damn, remember when he gave us money? Still waiting for $2 gas? Any day now. Still waiting on that $2,000 check? Any day now. I'm going to be the money president. All right, next up. All right. Really weird thing happening with Ashley St. Clair. So if you're not familiar with Ashley St. Clair, she's like a right-wing influencer who was impregnated by Elon Musk's sperm. And it's kind of a pretty sad story because after the kid was born, she needed like life-saving treatment for him and had to beg on Twitter because Elon wouldn't reply to her texts. It was really not good. So today she's been becoming dark woke and says, I'm dark woke because the other option is bootlicking feds, pedophiles, and nerds. Onion person, I don't know who this is, could be anyone, says, you've previously engaged in blatant transphobia. How do you feel about trans people in the wake of noticing how the far right truly is? Ashley St. Clair goes, I feel immense guilt for my role, even more guilt in the things I've said in the past that might have caused my son's sister more pain. I don't really know how to make amends for many of these things, but I have been trying incredibly hard privately to learn and advocate for those within the community I've hurt. I also haven't said much on this because I've gone back and forth over whether my voice would be helpful on the issue or framed as disingenuous or turning because I'm scorned. Even this reply will become right-wing hysteria, but yeah, I am sorry. Let me know how I can help. trust her as far as you can throw her, but sure, you know. My son's sister, isn't that her daughter? No. It's another one of the Elon children spread among 10,000 women. So this person, Solio Nath, friend of the channel, follows me. I had to block him. Elon needs full custody. Coming out in support of trans grooming like this is insane. All right? And then Elon Musk replies, I will be filing for full custody today, given her statements implying she might transition a 1-year-old boy. Elon, I love you and overall think you do the right thing. I think it's disgusting how you were treated when you tried to uncover government fraud. That being said, men like you and Trump need to stop being so utterly gynocentric and start controlling your biology and stop willingly enslaving yourself to females through bad decisions. Yeah, I sure dig my own grave and inadvertently cause pain for many people I care about too. I'm very worried about population collapse destroying civilization, but this doesn't really solve that problem. What the fuck, man? Totally nonsensical. He wouldn't even admit he was his kid. He fought paying her child support, but now he wants custody because she said trans people aren't that bad. I don't think the guy who defends and created the CSAM AI bot should be anywhere near children. Agreed! I don't know, man. Like, what does he think this looks like? To anyone who... We can all read the original post, and we know she's not saying, I'm going to trans a child. Like, what the fuck? I don't know, man. Next up. Oh, dude, this one whips ass. Message from the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department. The department is aware and deeply concerned about an incident that occurred at a local coffee shop in the city of Norwalk on Friday, January 9th, in which a deputy who had stopped for coffee was deliberately served a cup bearing a hand-drawn image of a pig, which is commonly used to demean law enforcement. This action was extremely offensive, inappropriate, and unacceptable. That's the cup. Are you not picking up for John Pork? Are you not picking up for John Pork? What the fuck? John Pork is calling. But look, it's John Pork. Don't vote. Look at me. I voted for John Pork. All right, next up. All right, this is a little Yu-Gi-Oh! One. So they pushed this Rush Duel skill for 9th anniversary of Duel Links, and it's just totally broken. So there was like a show match, and one player played the broken skill just to show it off.
おー、ツボスタート
回しますね、お、同じスキルを
そうです、同じですねおお、大丈夫か通信接なちょっと通信の状態が悪かったかもしれません3枚
They're like, oh! Oh, man. Good. Next up. This one is so good. So one thing that people have been doing is blowing a whistle when they see ICE people to warn people who might be illegal that there's ICE people in the area, right? And so this person blows a whistle, and check out how they respond. This is so amazing. This might work in Seattle.
Do you have any idea how racist it is to blow a whistle at workers that are probably legal? You're just alerting them that ICE is here and they're probably legal. That's very racist.
That's very racist. That's very racist of you. Oh, so you see a bunch of Latinx and you think that they're illegal and you blow the ICE whistle? How racist. Oh, I wouldn't. Oh, yeah, man, my bad.
It is to blow
this is why Dark Woke will win. The answer to this is, I'm racist.
A whistle at workers that are probably legal. You're just alerting them that
he gesticulates so much. Why is he so active?
ICE is here and they're probably legal. That's very racist.
And he goes, he just thumbs it up. Okay, thank you. Trying to outwoke us. You can't outwoke the woke. It's not going to happen. Next up. Okay, let's talk about Eric Adams. Eric Adams, former New York City mayor, has made a cryptocurrency, $NYC, which he says will go to fighting anti-Semitism. The best to ever do it. However, I'm now hearing that Eric Adams, former NYC mayor, has just removed liquidity of his new meme coin, scamming investors for over $2 million. He launched a meme coin 30 minutes ago and now has removed its liquidity after promoting it on his personal social media account. He has now removed the whole liquidity pool of his new meme coin, a total of $3,430,000 scam. I love it. We talk about this a little bit on WotC this week, but what I like about meme coins is that they are explicitly a scam. No one is buying $NYC thinking it's going to replace paper money, right? It is two interrelated scams. The first scam that's completely hypothetical is that some people will see it, think it's the new Bitcoin, and buy it because there's a name attached to it, right? No one does that. There is a second scam, which is if you're one of the ones who buys it early, you will be able to be a scammer for the dumber people who bought in because Hawk Tuo was involved. So if you buy in, you can be the scammer. And those people get scammed. And honestly deserve to. Greater fool theory. It literally is. It's awesome, dude. It's a layered form of greater fool. Oh, man. Well, all I have to ask is, did it solve anti-Semitism? It's also, I'm not going to say it, but it's awesome to be like, we're going to solve anti-Semitism by stealing a bunch of people's money. Like, what do you think people are going to say about that? What do you think people are going to say about that? Nothing good. Okay, I don't know if you've seen this interview. It fucking whips. So a lot of the reason that ICE is in Minnesota at all is because this guy uploaded like a Mr. Beast style expose video like a month back in which he claimed Somalians in Minnesota were running a ring of scam childcare centers that were collecting government funding, right? And he proved this by walking up to a bunch of childcare facilities and being like, where are the kids? Where are the kids? And they were like, we're not letting you in. And he's like, see, they're scamming. Anyway, he sat down for an interview with Channel 5, and I'm sorry, he's just very dumb. It feels really, really bad to like say this, but it's clear he's just a stupid guy. Exemplified by this point where he's like, well, billionaires are great. They like provide all the jobs and opportunities. And Andrew Callahan goes, who do you think are the three most benevolent billionaires? And he goes, what do you mean by the word benevolent? What benevolent? It's like, oh man, come on, man. There's a lot of stuff where, or he'll be like, well, did you notice that all these big accounts like the Ted Cruz's, the JD Vance's were promoting your video on the day the Epstein files were set to release? A lot of people look at that and they're like, they found this as a reasonable distraction to that. And he was like, well, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, it's the #1 most viewed video on X. Like, yeah. Uh-huh. He just kept saying supply and demand. Yeah, well, because what happens is they have landed on immigration as a meta narrative, like a thing that causes all other things, right? Like, so the affordability crisis with respect to housing is actually immigrants' faults because immigrants are buying too many houses. There's too many immigrants. They're buying up all the houses. But like, you think immigrants have the money to be buying houses with no social security number? Yeah, let me do a credit check on an illegal immigrant. What are you talking about? But he has come up with the next stage in that theory, which is, that's true, but there's 100 million of them. And the way that they do it is 15 of them will buy a single family home at any given time. And even though that's ridiculous, there's 100 million of them. So that's 10 million homes that are being taken up. And it's like, oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Wait. They all group up and buy a house. Exactly. Yeah, then they can afford it. It's really good. All right. So this one... This ad against circumcision, I just have this tagged because I got it as an ad. These are the only ads I see on this webpage anymore. No more Pepsi, no more Coke. Don't get circumcised. Okay, I won't. All right, we got to talk about this. Javier Milei's official English account.
Hello, freedom fighters of the world. I'm General ANCAP. Definitely not Milei. I'm here to guide you in the official English account of our real-life hero, Javier Milei.
Is Argentina going to become the world's first 7th world country?
Rockstar, aggressive with his unique brand of epic rockstar, aggressive libertarianism. Here you will find everything about him. His story, his ideas, and his latest news.
I just really love that he looks like a villain in an Austin Powers movie. Looks good, dude. Oh, awesome, awesome. Next up. Okay. Border Patrol Sector Chief Greg Bovino. His name is Greg Bovine. Big fucking cow, Greg Bovino. And accompanying federal agents face verbal harassment from protesters as they exit a Target store in Minnesota following a brief restroom break. Tactical formation, we're going potty. Listen to this.
All these fucking bums. Fucking bum. You're a bitch. And if your wife is out.
Jesus Christ, man. Come on.
Bums. Fucking bum. You're a bitch. And if your wife is out, probably fuck her too. You guys are all bitches. And you can't do shit to me. You can't do a thing to me. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out. Nobody fucking wants you here. Right. Get the fuck out. Walk the fuck out, you stupid bitches. Get the fuck out of here. You dumb. The fuck out of here. You fucking cowards. You're
Those are the whistles, in case you're wondering.
You're a fucking bitch. Hold on, baby. I'm on the phone with these bitch ass niggas. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here, you stupid bitches. You're a fucking coward piece of shit. Fuck you. If you didn't have a gun or a badge, I would beat the shit out of you.
That guy's really into it, I gotta tell you.
Take that fucking badge off and that fucking gun and see what happens. You shut the fuck up.
He's like, I want to fight you guys.
Fuck out, you fucking pussy. You fucking bitch ass white boy.
He's got a, he's like mid phone call.
Fuck out. Fuck out.
Stay back. Stay back.
Fuck off.
Stay back.
Tactical formation, we have to take a doo-doo. Jesus, man. Ugh. Is that a paintball gun? I gotta hope so, man. Next up. Okay. So, in case you're wondering how people are justifying this, right-wing thought leader Pearl Necklace, what is her name? Something like that. Debated, I guess, occasionally left-wing talking head Anna Kasparian. Now, this may seem harsh to those of you in the audience, but I think... No, okay. Anyway, the interesting part about this one is that I guess this was supposed to be like an intellectual throwdown of epic proportions, but I mean, I hate to hand it to Anna. Pearl just kind of gets shut down here and just... She's not very good at thinking. If you've ever heard her talk, you can see that like it takes her effort to like fire a synapse. Just watch this.
Are you just making things up? Pearl, what are you doing? Like, seriously. Next question.
Oh man, come on. Come on!
How many women die every year?
The zoom in on her when she's saying nothing. It's like a Tim and Eric bit.
During childbirth. Not many.
They're clapping. They're like, oh, thank God she remembered how to talk.
Country has the highest maternal mortality rate of any developed country. So a lot of women do die as a result of pregnancy and childbirth, yes.
Dude, you gotta be kidding me! It cuts to a different feed.
Pearl isn't saying anything.
Dude, stop saying that shit. They can hear you on screen.
What?
Oh man, that's rough, man. She's on something. Oh, man, that's right. 16 minutes remaining. Tap out. It's over, buddy. It's over. Next up. We got to talk about Scott Adams. Folks, Scott Adams has died. We are Scott Adams. We carry the Burt. Yeah, I don't know what you want me to say about this. It's the saddest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. For those of you that don't know, Scott Adams wrote Dilbert, and then got in a big fight with a bunch of like the Ben Garrison types because he said vaccines work, and then did a rightward pivot and became legitimately insane in the final years of his life. Like, it was very strange, dude. Really very, very odd. Dilbert stopped being printed, but he continued to draw through like his Patreon, a version of Dilbert called Dilbert Reborn. And let's just click this. This Dilbert takes no nonsense and always wears his trademark red zip up. How did you talk me into attending a protest against people who look like me? The alternative is being a sexless bigot. You don't want to be a sexless bigot, do you? No, but it sounds better every day. You're overreacting. Take your sign. Down with Dilbert. Damn, got him. Let's see. This one's good. Do you believe in monogamy? That's a gray area because I've already built a deep fake of you for home use. Like I said, it's a gray area. Oh, man, I love Dilbert, man. This is... Do you remember when the pointy-headed office guy, he said, you got to come in on Wednesday? And Dilbert said, I'm a fucking sex freak. I'm a sex pest. Is it my imagination, or is this your mother doing a sexy dance on TikTok? Don't just say random shit, idiot. References aren't comedy. I don't know, man. We gotta catch up on Dilbert Reborn. Here's some of his last posts. I taught ChatGPT hypnosis last night. Then I had it test it on me. You have no idea what's coming. No idea. No, I won't be sharing the prompts. Far too dangerous. I mean, all I have to say to that is, like, the secret of the goon has died with him. This got national attention. He begged Donald Trump to intervene on the part of his insurance, and he did, in order to get cancer treatment, which I guess didn't work. Sadly, the great influencer Scott Adams has passed away. He was a fantastic guy who liked and respected me when it wasn't fashionable to do so. He bravely fought a long battle against a terrible disease. My condolences go out to his family and all of his many friends and listeners. He will be truly missed. God bless you, Scott. New Norm hopped out of posting to post everyone being sad for Scott Adams. Including the woke gender robot and dog, and Elon Musk is in this one. This is one of his greats. Every male encounter is implied violence. It's the principle behind law enforcement, the military, and social conduct. This person goes, look, I don't even like my dad all that much, but I can assure you there's not an implication of violence every time I encounter him. And he replies, oh, there is. Stick your fingers in his ass without permission and see how it goes. Well, I wasn't going to, but... Next up. Okay, so if you thought the bit where they go, it's actually racist of you to blow that whistle, was the wokest that the Trump admin was going to get, we got a better one. The DOJ, in support of their Maduro operation, says... Presidents have on many occasions used military force to prevent or mitigate humanitarian disasters, including the mass displacement of civilians. The same phenomenon on a smaller scale in a law enforcement context when force has been justified to protect bystanders from the actions of dangerous felons. Public reporting reflects that a population of 28.8 million, 20 million Venezuelans live in poverty, multi-dimensional poverty, with inadequate access to food and essential medicines. 14 million of those individuals face severe humanitarian need with medicines unavailable, and 5.1 million face hunger. Further, illegal mining has led to the displacement of indigenous communities and exacerbated issues involving child labor. Oh, so we had to invade to protect the indigenous communities that have been displaced. Oh, well, now I'm in favor of it. So ChatGPT wrote that? It had to. All right, let's talk about Will Stancil. Listen. Me personally, I'm not a Stancilian. I think he's a piece of shit. But he's been doing something real interesting over the last couple of days. So Will Stancil has been hopping in a van and driving around tailing ICE agents. I don't know. I mean, honestly, kind of props to the kid. Having seen several abductions up close, it's really hard to convey how much of the thing is they're doing is roaming in military convoys until they see someone who is alone and isn't white, then jumping out in large numbers, pulling them into a van and screeching off in 90 seconds or so. They don't know who they're taking because they don't talk to them and they're random pedestrians. This is, by the way, the same thing we were doing in the wake of 9/11. Iqbal, famous case. It is literally indistinguishable from a kidnapping when you see it, except there are so many of them. They are more heavily armed and armored than any kidnapper would ever be. I know we aren't fans of the police here, but the difference between this and an ordinary police arrest and detainment is night and day. There's no you're under arrest, then sitting in the car while they ask questions. You are disappeared in seconds with no record. If you see one, the most important thing to say is, what's your name? Because otherwise the person is gone for good. I witnessed one in an alley. It's a sole pursuit car, and I was the only witness. Froze for a second because I didn't shout it in time. The guy's just gone now. I'll never know. I know some have been a little unnerved at the aggressive following and noise-making tactics of observers. What they don't realize is it's necessitated. You have seconds, and you need as many eyes on them as possible, as many people trying to get key info as possible. Damn. Sorry, Will. My bad. After a brief scare, Stancil has returned to surveilling ICE agents in his 2011 Honda Fit. You know, I didn't know the boy had had it in him. Jesus Christ. I wonder what Grok has to say about him. Don't ask. Next up. Oh. Don't fucking rate limit me. Okay.
It's actually a legal definition, whole milk. And it's whole with a W for those of you that have a problem. Most of the media will get that.
What? Whole milk? I could go for some whole milk. Milk from my hole. Yeah, no, that's gross. They are rate limiting me. I can't believe it. They said, Joseph, you're having too much fun. Scoop in here. Representative Richie Torres introducing a bill that would require ICE officers to wear QR codes you can scan to get their full name, badge number, and other identifying info. Trying to scan the QR code on the ICE agent choking me out, but first I have to watch a 10-second FanDuel ad. Cool. Yeah, that'll fix it. Oh, man. Awesome. I don't know. That's about as much as we're getting out of the boy. All right, it's over, by the way. Listen to this.
Asking, and it's a really important one, is while we're asking Americans to reconsider what they're eating, are we actually asking Americans, especially those who are living on the margins, are we asking them to spend more on their diet? And the answer to that is no. We've run over 1,000 simulations. It can cost around $3 a meal for a piece of chicken, a piece of broccoli, corn tortilla, and one other thing.
Oh. A piece of chicken, a piece of broccoli, corn tortilla, and one other thing. What's the one other thing? I'm sorry, just too much going on here, obviously. First off, in no world does this cost $3. A piece of chicken for $3. You have to be breaking up your own chicken, right? The best value to chicken ratio is just getting a whole chicken and breaking it up yourself, right? Second best value is a rotisserie chicken in the clamshell. You shred that up, that's enough meat for 3 to 4 people, but that's $6 on its own. A piece of broccoli? I hope they mean a head of broccoli or several pieces of broccoli. A corn tortilla. What do you mean a corn tortilla? What is the corn tortilla doing in this meal? It's just one tortilla? Are you putting the shredded chicken in the tortilla? Is there sauce involved? What is going on?
And so there is a way to do this that actually will save the average American consumer money.
Yeah, I mean, you eat gruel. What's the one other thing? That's the one other thing.
Analysis on that, because that's one of the criticisms I heard from some, nutrition folks who said, like with the event you mentioned, all the protein, saying, all right, well, steak obviously it's expensive. So are you asking people to spend more money with these new dietary guidelines than in the past? You say no?
That's right. And the answer to that is absolutely no. Now, there are, as most things are coming down, there are a few outliers. Beef has been one of them, but ground beef is coming down. But here's the real...
You could eat slop. Honestly, it looks pretty good. Piece of chicken, a piece of broccoli, a corn tortilla. That, you are right, though. That looks like a flour tortilla. And one other thing. A piece of chicken, a piece of broccoli, a corn tortilla, and one other thing. TV grinder diet. It actually is, man. Oh, man.
I think the...
Stop rate limiting me. Let me play. Oh, this was good. Oh, we'll get to this when we talk largely about the ICE recruitment drive. Okay, autistic Barbie doll. So they released an autistic Barbie doll. It's the one on the left. Maybe I'm the guy who's not woke enough. This is fine. In terms of autistic Barbie doll, this one on the left is fine. But some autistic people had a problem with it, and they were like, no, this is what an autistic person looks like, and posted this one on the right, which I'm sorry, this is a hate crime. I'm sorry, this is a fucking hate crime. We're going to give her like a domo hat, like some sort of anime AI t-shirt. She's going to have buttons all over her, and she's going to be wearing freaking Chucks, all right? And have the tail butt plug. I'm sorry, like... I also know a lot of non-autistic people that dress like this on the right. They're not autistic. They're just like 14. This one on the left, I mean, I think they did a good job. They gave her a fidget spinner. They gave her the little pad with the yes and the no on it. I don't know, man. I'm not doing the raw XD autistic Barbie. How do you know they're not autistic? Because they're always telling me that they're neurotypical. They love telling me that. How do you know this one on the right is autistic? The reason I think the one on the left is autistic is because she's autistic Barbie. But the one on the right, I mean, we don't know anything about this person. As the mother of an actual autistic child, the official doll is much better than the fan version, which is inoffensive and correct. With all due respect, I am actually an autistic adult, and we, autistic people, decide what is offensive, not you, neurotypicals. You fucking normies. The fandom furry non-binary girl, isn't it? Okay, that's maybe a little much, but also is, like, maybe I'm that friend that's not woke enough. That is actually what's going on here. They are correct, yeah. Oh, man. Oof. I stand with autistic Barbie. Next up. Oh, man. All right, here's the guy who's meeting the moment, by the way. Fucking, I'm making a direct appeal to the president. Let's turn the temperature down. Stop this campaign of retribution. This is not who we are. An appeal to Minnesotans. I know this is scary. We must speak out urgently, but also peacefully. We cannot fan the flames of chaos. That's what he wants. Man, when he was calling these people weird, I thought he had the sauce. He ain't got no sauce. He's just a normal guy. He's not equipped for this. Can't we all just get along? No, dude. The fucking brown shirts are in your town. Come on. You're going to have to deal with this. All right. A little bit of blue sky. We have first up. Tears of the Left Rob Schneider branded bourbon is unfortunately no longer on store shelves. This comes from Christy Stewart. I placed an order in October and emailed them a few days ago because I still do not have the order. I was told all orders are on hold and no ship date, so I asked for a refund. After 5 emails, no response, so I called them I was told they would look into it and get the order canceled. They sent me a refund of $45. I paid $268. I sent screenshots of the payment and received an email stating, clearly you did pay $268 and we only refunded $45. That's a ChatGPT response. Another email pops up that says, order is canceled and you were sent a refund and we hope you're happy. Are you serious? Countered back with the remaining money better be refunded immediately. This is absolutely ridiculous. The customer service is horrendous. Oh, man. My apologies. It's clear you did this. Okay. Let's talk about this. The Steam game Hardest is being deleted after the developer's girlfriend made them realize AI was bad. AI is bad. Game will be deleted 30.1. I made this game during the summer in a couple of months and thought to use AI because in university there's brainwashing on students and the tools are given for free so I could generate unlimited images. But I've realized that AI is not actually free and it has a major effect on the economy and the environment. Some AI companies can use this game just existing as a reason to get more investment for their companies that benefit no one but suck resources from the economy and hardworking people. I coded everything myself so I can in the future make a new game with real assets if I feel like it, but the game existing in its current form is a disgrace to all game makers and players. Ethically, only logical reason is to delete the game from Steam. The girl I've been dating for a month made me realize this. First off, great pussy. Second off, I've seen so many people be like, nah, dude, this Foyd has tricked you. Oh, yeah. This was going to be like the fucking Balatro killer before he took it down. Come on! Ugh. Next up. The developers of Peak explain pricing. In a player's mind, what does it mean to spend $5? Well, that's $5. But $6? That's still $5. $4 is kind of $5, he continued. $3 is $2, and $2 is basically free. So we've got these tiers, $12, that's $10, but $13 is $15. And we found that $8 is still $5. It doesn't become $10, $7.99, that's $5, right? So $8 going to $5 is the biggest differential we could find in pricing, so we found it very optimal. So the problem with this one is that they are 100% correct. That literally, like, I was reading this and I was like, fuck, they're totally right the entire time. No 8 is 10, $7.99. $7.99. $7.99 is 5. Really weird. All right, next up. Okay, let's talk. We're going to conclude with the ICE recruitment drive, I think. Yeah, okay, we're going to conclude with the ICE recruitment drive. Let's do this one. Recreating lib cringe from first principles. The movement is finished. Tonight at family dinner, my 3-year-old asked, Dad, how can we help ICE? What can we do to make sure non-Americans are sent back to their real homes? We just want our country back. The 3-year-old said that? Wakanda forever, baby. Okay, here we go. So, immigration enforcement officers have been receiving a legal refresher reminding them that personal insults and rude gestures are legal, per documents leaked to me. What is not a violation of 18 U.S.C. 111? Profanity or personal insults directed at officers, rude gestures directed at officers, arguing, challenging officers' authority, or talking back. In fact, if you're surprised to hear that these ICE officers aren't particularly clever, Laura Jadid did an extremely funny thing. Said, a few months ago, ICE hired me. I didn't sign or submit any paperwork. I almost certainly failed the drug test. I'm very outspoken about my opposition to the Trump administration, and I'm extremely Googleable. And yet, there it was, in plain English. Welcome to ICE. Let's see if they have, I think they have a couple posts about it in here. Oh, maybe not. But the short of it is, they are just rubber stamping this shit. It is not, it is not a particularly coherent organization. The ICE Expo in Dallas required attendees to register for a time slot. When I showed up at 9, the flood was absent. There was no line to check in and no line to get through security. I walked past empty hallways into the event proper, where a man directed me in line to wait for an interview. There were only 6 people ahead of me. Hopeful hires stood in groups or found seats in the endless rows of cheap folding chairs that faced a stage ripped straight from Tron. The side monitors displayed static propaganda posters that urged the viewer to defend the homeland and join ICE today. Did I retire from military or leave once my enlistment was up? The latter, I said. Then I told her and repeated my rehearsed explanation for why the resume I'd submitted had a large gap. I had a quarter-life crisis, went to college for part of that time, and since then I've been doing the gig economy. She was uninterested. And what location is your preference? I settled on my home state of New York. That was the last question. The entire process took less than 6 minutes. The woman took my resume and placed a form she'd been filling out on top. They're prioritizing current law enforcement. They're going to adjudicate your resume. At the end of my interview, the recruiter mentioned I could talk to a current deportation officer, so I did. I shouldn't expect to hit the streets right away, the agent told me. If a cop suspects they're dealing with an immigrant who doesn't have permanent legal status, they alert ICE, whose agents conduct interviews and run record checks. The officer ran down other departments I might end up with. I told him I was fine with office work. His attitude shift was subtle but instant and unmistakable. This was the wrong attitude and the wrong answer. Just be upfront. The goal is to put as many guns and badges out of the field as possible. Oh, oh man. Okay. Here, let me he says, I completely missed the email when it came. I'd kept my eye on my inbox for the last few days, but I'd grown lax when nothing came through. But on September 3rd, it popped up. Please note this is a tentative offer only. Do not end your current employment. It then listed a series of steps I need to quickly take. 48 hours to log on to USA Jobs and fill out my declaration for federal employment, then return the email. As I'd mentioned, I'd missed the email, so I did none of those things. And this would have been where it ended, if not for an email LabCorp sent 3 weeks later. Thank you for confirming you wish to continue the hiring process. Please complete your pre-employment drug test. Timing was unfortunate. Cannabis is legal in the state of New York, and I had partaken 6 days before my scheduled test. Worst case scenario, I'd waste a small piece of ICE's gargantuan budget. I traveled to LabCorp, peed in a cup, and waited for a call telling me I'd failed. 9 days later, I logged on to USA Jobs and saw that ICE had offered me a job. According to the application portal, my pre-employment activities remain pending, but also it showed that I had accepted a final job offer and that my onboarding status was entered on duty. Welcome to ICE! I clicked through the application page. They'd sent my offer on September 30th, and apparently I had accepted. By all appearances, I was a deportation officer without a single signature on agency paperwork. ICE had hired me. The portal also listed my background check as having completed on October 6th. Had I preemptively passed? Was ICE going to let me start training without finding anything about me? I reached out for an explanation but never heard back. The only thing left for me to do was hit the green accept button. What are we to make of all of this? To be clear, I barely applied to ICE. I skipped the steps of the application process that would have clued the agency in on my lack of fitness. I made no effort to hide my loathing of the agency, and they offered me the job anyway. Oh man, not good, not good. Here's why, among other reasons. As ICE raced to add 10,000 new officers to the force, an AI error in how their applications were processed sent many new recruits into field offices without proper training. They were using the AI to scan resumes and found out a bunch of people who were LEOs weren't LEOs. The AI tool sent people with the word officer on the resume to the shorter 4-week online training. This included compliance officers, or people who said they aspired to be ICE officers. The majority of the new applicants were flagged as LEOs, but many had no experience in any police or federal law enforcement force. Cool. Things are going good, folks. Next week, we'll see if we still have a nation. See you then. Thus ends Freaks. Let's play Yu-Gi-Oh!